All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Where Veterans Meet. I'm with a very special guest today,
Mario Lopez.
Mr. Mario. Thank you for meeting me out here at the beautiful La Cantera.
Yeah.
So, for anybody who's never met Mario or doesn't know a little bit about who he is and the guy he is, he's going to go ahead and let you know the organization that he's representing today and exactly what you guys do for our veterans. So, let us know what you do for different veterans here in San Antonio and across Texas.
Yeah, my name is Mario Lopez, and I joined the Army in 2003. After 9/11, I was very upset with what happened to our country, and then I went to Iraq and got to experience a war, instead of college, and it was I say I had fun, I had a good time,
It was all right.
Yeah, and so not for everyone, but for me it was all right. And I was actually stationed at Fort Hood, and so while I was at Fort Hood, I was there in Iraq for a year, and then I came back home for about a year and a half, and then went to Afghanistan, and then in Afghanistan in 2008, I got hit with a 300-pound IED. So I got my arm got caught, and I couldn't get out, and so I got burned on fire. I got lit on fire. So after that, I went from Germany to Bamsey, and then I woke up when Hurricane Ike was blowing through in 2008 when it hit Houston, and then I just had to figure out what I was going to do with the rest of my life, and so I had a lot of time on my hands doing my recovery and stuff, and I was just like really soul searching, figuring out what I wanted to do and try to help other people, and so I turned to art, so I started painting, and along the way, I noticed I had a limelight on me. Like people were just like, "Hey, Mario, what's your deal? And how do you keep on going and stuff?" And so I had a pretty good following, and people just wanting to just keep in touch and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I need to share the limelight with my other veterans. So I started. Throwing art shows, all veteran art shows, and then this nonprofit in Omaha, Nebraska found me, and they said, "Hey, we're kind of doing the exact same thing. Let's team up." And I gave them a hard time for about 2 years or so, and then I finally was like, "All right, fine." So I've been with them for about 10 years now, and it's called New Century Art Guild, and we help veterans break into the career in art, and it could be if they just want to just have a little outlet and want to do some classes and just figure out if they like art or not. It's like how when we were cleaning our weapons, at base, we're just cleaning our weapons or cleaning our boots or whatever. So it's like the little classes is kind of like that, except we're painting or we're building something, So
You're building a camaraderie.
Camaraderie, building relationships and stuff
through art.
Yeah, and so we help facilitate little art classes and stuff. And then if someone's real serious, or like a lot of the artists that show with us are like world famous artists, have had shows all over the country and stuff, and so we help them have art shows and just try to keep it veteran centric, type environment. And we have really neat a time when people come out and just celebrate veterans and just see what they're doing, even if they don't buy something, just seeing what how these guys transition and how they because Iraq and Afghanistan was 10, 15 years ago. So
going on 20 for me.
Yeah,
for us, 20 years. Yeah.
So it's good for the public just to see that, hey, we're still going and stuff. So, yeah.
And so is it anybody through the nation, I'm assuming, that any veteran that wants to join?
Well,
how does that work?
Yeah, so right now we only have Omaha, Nebraska, Chicago. We're working on Tennessee.
Okay.
We got some boots on the ground in Tennessee and Texas, which falls under me.
Right.
And so, you could just reach out to me Should I get my email address?
Yeah.
It's called lopezartist@yahoo.com. Lopez
phone number, or you just
Yeah, my phone number is 361-207-2599. Yeah, and you get some more info on that. So, yeah, just calling all artists. We're going to have a pretty big show on July 19th, 2025.
So let me ask you this now. So if anybody's watching and they feel like, hey, I might have some skills, should they email you something
Yeah, you
first?
can email me. Yeah,
And then you kind of like see what,
Yeah.
they need to go back in the drawing board, or
For sure, yeah, definitely, yeah. Let's see. We'll just get you some art classes.
I don't want to send, if I send something, it's gonna be like some stick figures. That's about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, we'll start a dialogue or whatever, and we'll just go from there.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. If other than your email and your phone number, if they're not in Texas, is there like a website that they could go to try to get in contact with people in their area?
Yeah, it's called New Century Art Guild. .org.
Okay.
And you can go there and you can learn more about us and learn about how we started and how we can still help.
Okay. And then, so other than the Art Guild, is there anything else that you're doing? Maybe not for veterans, but like things that you're getting involved in that other veterans might think like, hey man, I would like this.
Yeah. Well, I guess the only thing I got really is art and Jesus, really, right? So that's I mean, if anyone's struggling, and there is hope out there, and His name is Jesus Christ, and He is real. The spiritual world is real, and it's just very important. But if that's not your cup of tea right now, just hey, give me a call anyway. We'll talk about it.
All right, cool. So I always like to end my interviews with a question. So real quick, you said you were Army. What was your rank when you got out? And if you could go back and talk to yourself before you joined the military, would you give yourself different advice, or would you tell yourself, man, it's probably not a good idea to get in? What would you do?
Yeah. So I got out as an E4, and then somehow they gave me out my E5. So somehow, but in the VA it doesn't really matter. So I don't know. But I would say the military is probably the best place for someone to go if they're still young and they're kind of lost and they don't know what they want to do, because it's pretty safe, that coming from a guy who's burned and stuff, like, it's a pretty safe place because you got 10 mommies and daddies there watching over you, and so, and you got all your brothers and sisters, at arms, with you too, so you got a lot of people looking out for you and giving you advice, and sometimes it's not always the best advice, but
I mean, it's better than some of the advice you got on the street.
Yeah, but definitely. So I would say, I know I had a friend. He was a homeless kid. He was like almost 7 feet tall, right? And he was homeless on the streets of New York, right? And he became an E4 and did a basic and AIT with them. And I'm like, how can you be 7 feet tall and be homeless? He had a lot of cardboard boxes or something. Basketball, something. But it catapulted him into the middle class immediately. He had somewhere to be, he had people to be with. So I would say
over his head, food in his stomach.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I would say it's a great place.
So one last thing, I just want to say thank you. You know what I mean? We've been in touch over the last 2 weeks or so. When I met Mario, I was kind of at a point in my life where I was already getting past the bad stuff, and he, like he said, God is there, God is great, and hearing his story, and we really didn't go into much detail, but we're gonna have another one where you're gonna go into more detail. But if you listen to this man's story and you're not inspired to, like, some way, shape, or form to get closer to God, I don't know what will inspire you. But I just wanted to say, man, thanks for the text messages, reaching out, asking how me and my family are doing. I just want to say thank you for that. And before we end it, Mario here, when we met, I was told that he actually did a painting for Bush, right? President Bush at one time. So if President Bush has a painting that this guy made, he's got some skills. So, if you're a painter or if you're a vet and you're looking for a way to maybe let off some steam or maybe, I don't know, kind of dib and dab into something different, get with Mario, man. He'll show you paintings, probably a way out for you guys. For everybody is there's a niche, and painting was his niche, and he had to go through hell literally to find that out.
Yeah.
And do you think you'd be painting if you didn't go through all that?
Well,
Maybe not.
maybe I was very artistic. Yeah, I would do
Okay.
woodworking and stuff. So, but I had a very like entrepreneurial type, mindset,
All
and
right,
so.
cool.
But yeah, I wasn't even thinking I was gonna sell my work, but people just kept on coming over and trying to stick stuff off my wall, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna charge for it,
There you go, guys. So like, if you want to help Mario out in a way, you want to see some of his artwork, maybe buy some, get with him, or if you want to maybe learn how to paint, get with him. He'll assist you in each way. So again, I just want to say thanks, bro. I appreciate it. And if you need anything, we've been talking. You can reach out to me, and I'll help you out. And I'm pretty sure vice versa. But I'm just gonna end the video here. So again, if you guys have any desire or any want to be an artist or be in that field, this is a guy to get a hold of. So until next time, peace.